Welcome back to another episode of Gurren Lagann. So in the previous one, we had a big time jump and it was crazy because everything is so different from what we've built up so far, but I love it. I love it. It feels like we've kind of grown out of the previous, kind of linear story that we had, very one track with one goal in mind, which is to defeat the Spiral King, and now we've entered into the unknown. It kind of feels like, I was thinking about it during the episode, it kind of feels like it's gearing up to be one of those things where it's like history is deemed to repeat itself or doomed to repeat itself, and whenever a new leader comes, they are forced to make the same decisions, kind of like how I'm guessing the Spiral King probably had to make the same decisions as well, of one needing to keep the population under 1 million, otherwise the moon is going to attack. The same thing happened on a much lesser scale in Roshu's village, right? Where we saw way back when, right? Where they can only have, was it 40 or whatever people in that village, and whenever it became more than 40, they would have to banish some kids usually, or just someone who would have the least ties to the village. Right, so it kind of feels like it's getting up to that kind of thing. So there were a few conflicts. It seems like the actual leadership of the village, or not of the village, but of the city, of the mega city that this has become, is not the tightest, right? The people in charge definitely feel like they are there purely because of name value as opposed to their skills. Like, obviously Shimon is the leader, who I feel like he can be a leader, but also he's not very much a diplomat. He's not someone who can sit in meetings and do all the paperwork and stuff like that. He feels very much more like Kamina, right? He's growing up to be more and more like Kamina, where he wants to do stuff, he wants to be out there. And then we have Roshu on the other hand, who I don't know how I feel about Roshu. I feel like he's definitely gearing up to become kind of like the quote-unquote villain in a way, or not the villain, but kind of like the opposing force to Shimon, right, in a way. And he has a point, definitely. Roshu has a point, because he wants to make sure that they have all the data of all the people, where they are. He wants to keep them all in one place. But then, on the other hand, he's not really communicating with Shimon whatsoever. He's just keeping all the research to himself, kind of thinking, oh, well, Shimon's gonna do something rash, so I'm not gonna even share things with him. I'm just gonna do my own research with my own team here, which I hate so much. And then at the end of the episode, they also had a fight with one of the new life forms, because the population did exceed 1 million. So one of the life forms, or gunmen, or whatever they are, came from the moon, and they had a fight. The actual thingy, the gunman, whatever it is, ended up destroying a big portion of the city, presumably killing a lot of people. And then when Shimon went in to deal with it, instead of Roshu wanted him to capture it and stuff like that, but Shimon killed it, and when he killed it, the thing exploded. Now, I did talk a bit about that entire situation. I do think that Shimon made the safest choice. I think, like, if you go into, I said it in the previous, I'm not going to regurgitate the exact same thing, but going into a fight with someone that you know can be very, very dangerous, you don't know what their abilities are, you don't know if you're capable of capturing them, and you don't even know what's going to happen if you capture them. What if you capture them and they have means of escape? What if you capture them and they can, like, I don't know, self-destruct once they're in captivity and destroy, like, kill so many people? You don't know what they are. The safest choice is to just neutralize them then and there, right? And that's what Shimon did, but, of course, it didn't end up working out, because the thing actually exploded into a bunch of bombs on death, basically. So then it seems like it destroyed even more the city. Now, I don't think Shimon is to blame for that, but I feel like Roshu is going to blame Shimon for that. Also, one detail that you guys did point out is the Gimme and Dari. Those are the two kids, the two orphans that we took from the town, Roshu's town, Roshu's village. So they are the ones who were a bit more grown up here, and they were fighting. I didn't know that, but you guys did point that out. Anyways, also, Nia got a bunch of, like, red markings on her, like, command spells going all around her face, all around her body, so I don't know what that's all about. I guess we'll find out. She seems to be a anti-spiral life form. Whatever that means. A lot of lore building up, not a lot of answers just yet, but let's see them anyways. If you want to watch this, Uncut Rumbler is always on page in the description. Let's go into Gurren Lagann, episode 18. Being betrayed by fate.
したのは予想外の人物だった。
地球人類に告げ、我々、反螺旋力、アンチスパイラルは、地球人類が螺旋力危険レベル
Let's go, full Spartacus. Fight against the oppressors.
これより、人類殲滅システムを発動します。
Humanity Annihilation System.
ミア
Ooh. Ooh, it's like a heart. Tell me the secrets of this world. Yes, please do. Give me a low drop.
繰り返します。人類殲滅システムが発動されました。
何言ってるんだ姫さんは。発信源の位置特定急げ。
無理です。見たこともない暗号スクランブルです。
なんとかしろ。ロッシー、ミアはどこだ。こっちが聞きたいですよ。携帯も通じない。あんな馬鹿げたことを言ってるあれは本当にミアなのか。消えた。そうだよ。俺たち新政府議会を信じて人類殲滅なんてありえねえからな。はあ？何？それより燃えた家を弁償しろんだ。バカ野郎！グレンラガンは町を守るために戦ったんじゃねえか。なんだこりゃ、大騒ぎだな。遅えとダヤッカ。お呼び立てしてすみません。ダヤッカ食料局長。まあ、父親にやることはないからな。
Oh, bro!
しかしこの電話は先ほどの宣戦布告で
Don't say that!
張られた市民たちです。新政府の幹部、大グレン団の中心メンバーが直接話された方が一般市民の不安も和らぐ。それがロシア補佐官のお考えです。不安というよりは家壊された文句の方が多いぜ。みんなそんなに今の暮らしが大事かね。だから俺たちは強いんだよ。だからよそに任せとけ。それでロシアは言語策を検討中です。そちらは補佐官にお任せ。ロートルは苦情電話の相手でもしてろってことさ。切れ者ロシアの言いそうなこった。成功です。生体コンピューター起動しました。
Biocomputer?
ご苦労。では全員退出を。僕の許可があるまで立ち入りは禁止する。わかりました。さあ、今度こそ聞かせてもらうぞ。この世界の謎を。目を覚ませ。ロージェノ。
Whoa! Oh. He's not impressed. Let me guess, does Shimon know about this? Does your leader know about this?
ココジ。ニアは
ごきげんよう、ミアです。ただいま電話に出られません。ただいまって言っても、お家に帰ってきたわけじゃないです。お家に帰ったら、携帯よりも家の電話を使いたいと思ってます。
帰ってきてくれよ、ニア。見つけましたよ、シモン総司令。おっ、どこに行くつもりですか。どけ君。グレンラガンには帰還命令が出ています。
第一、グラパール以外の戦闘行為は禁止されています。
お前たちが叶う相手じゃなかった。グラパールだけでも倒せてました。俺はニアを捜索している。緊急事態だ。どけ。どきません。総司令の命令だ。顔面出撃はロシア補佐官の権限です。
Over the Supreme Commander? Wow.
市民は不安がりますよ。グレンラガンはただの顔面じゃない。地上奪還のシンボル、力の象徴です。それがまだ空を飛び回っていたら、また大きな戦闘があるのかって不安になると思います。それはシモンさんらしくない。
Man, and I've seen people say this in the comments as well, so I know I'm not alone in this, but God, the vibes are so awful between everyone, right? The vibes are so off. I miss the camaraderie that they had. Right now, everyone feels like they're just trying, like it feels so tense between everyone. The tension is like, and obviously part of it is because of the situation here, but also prior to this attack, just the vibes between everyone just weren't that great, weren't the same as they were before, right? It feels so formal, and I don't know, everyone's looking to gain something, as opposed to just being friends and, you know, like they were in the first half, which obviously it is intentional, but, I miss it.
しっかりした意見を言うようになったな、ダリー。分かったよ。グレンは持って帰れ。俺はラガンで行く。それなら目立たないだろう。シモン、そうしれ。
意味無駄よ。ああなると誰にも止められない。
まったく、いい加減時代が変わったことに気づけよな。
変わりたくないと思ってるのかも。
それはただのわがままだ。レイテ、マッケン、シモン。やっぱりここにも来てないか。悪かったね。力になれなくて。いや、
I remember her.
俺もひょっとしたらって来てみただけだからさ。シモン、大丈夫かい？
I mean, not really.
見たのか、テレビ。ニアの放送。まあね。心配すんな。どんなことがあっても俺たちが何とかしてみせる。人類殲滅システムだかなんだか知らないが、そんなもの恐れるに足らずさ。
I love Shimon. He's great.
心配なのはあんたのことだよ。だいぶ見えてるみてえだな。
Yep.
メカならうちで修理してやれるんだけどね。ニア、お前はどこにいるんだ？あれは本当にニアだったのか？ニア。
What? Okay.
あなたが死んでから7年後だよ。いや、あなたというわけではないか。ロージェノムの記憶と知識はデータとして残っている。
Of course, of course.
人格まで再現したわけではないからね。冥府の棺を開けて死者を引きずり出すか。推挙なことだ。あなたが何も言わずに死ぬからさ。今度は逃げることはできないぞ。さあ、聞かせてもらおうか。螺旋の力とアンチスパイラルとは何だ？僕たち人間と何の関係があるんだ？随分探したぞ。どこに行っていた？
あなたのわからないところ。わかってしまったから。
何が？
あなたと私は決して相入れることがない。
Bro's about to completely break.
この宇宙に滅亡。
He can't handle this again.
それを阻止するために我らアンチスパイラルが存在する。
熱でもあるのか？いつも以上に言ってることがわかんないぞ。
シモン、あなたの持つコアドリルこそスパイラルネメシスの象徴。
Spiral Nemesis.
螺旋力こそが宇宙を滅ぼす。
螺旋力とは進化する力。螺旋遺伝子を持つ生命。螺旋を持つ銀河。すべて象徴する螺旋エネルギーにより無限増大する。
Okay.
それがこの宇宙のことあり。
Okay.
その力を恐れる者たちも現れた。
The anti-spiral group, life forms. Yeah.
アンチスパイラルだ。
Okay.
我が肉体ロージェノム、かつてはこの銀河を守るため、アンチスパイラルと戦う螺旋の戦士だった。
You look so cool.
戦士。螺旋岩も巨大テンペリンも顔面たち。元はアンチスパイラルと戦うための兵器。待て、じゃ
うん。
そうだ。あれも我々の最強兵器の一つだ。合体したメカを支配できる螺旋力発動のコアマシンだ。
うん。
地中に封印していたものを人間が見つけるとはな。それも因果だ。しかしなぜだ。お前が螺旋の戦士なら、なぜ人間を弾圧した。地下に押し込めた。
Because the anti-spiral races, they're stronger, right? Yeah.
螺旋族はそれぞれの母星に逃げ込むしかなかった。
Yep.
この地球もその一つだ。
It's one of such world.
この
It's one such world, okay.
アンチスパイラル。螺旋生命反応のある惑星に螺旋生命体殲滅システムを配備した。地上の螺旋生命体が一定数を超えると、それを感知して起動する。
Hmm.
全ての人間を地下に押し込めたのか。これでも主としての人類を救おうとしていたのだよ。存続できるギリ
Yeah.
ギリの数を地下に生活させることでな。なぜはっきりとそう言わなかった。なぜ力で押さえつけたんだ。無駄だ。
Yeah, it's the same in that village,
螺旋
right?
の本能に突き動かされた愚かな生命は闇雲に
Like in Roshu's village, they had to lie to them as well to get them to go to the plan, like to go along with the plan of, you know, sending people out. They had to put it under a pretense of fate and stuff like that. So the truth obviously doesn't just work for a plan like this.
言葉や理性ではその衝動を抑えきれない。それができるのは恐怖だけだ。
Yep.
それでもお前たちは反抗した。私のように千年の検体に身を置いて、閉じた円環の中で螺旋の本能を封じ込める強い意志がない限りはな。いや、それでも貴様たちの反抗には血が騒いだか。螺旋力の怖さです。あのロージェノムすら戦いの本能を抑えることができなかった。バカな！俺は認めないぞ。俺と兄貴の戦いがそんなことだったなんて。地上から出て7年。たった7年で人間たちはどれだけ文明を進歩させました。異常なスピードだとは思いませんか。それこそが螺旋生命のポテンシャル。100万を超えた人類は爆発的に数も文明も進化させる。我々を脅かす勢力となる。だからその前に滅ぼすのです。それが人類殲滅システムか。あのメカのことか。何が来ようとグレンラガンがある。俺たちは勝つ。だから目を覚ませ、ミア。それは無理です。私はアンチスパイラルのメッセンジャー。螺旋遺伝子の中に潜伏し、螺旋生命体殲滅システムが起動した時に目覚める仮想生命。頼むミア。頼むから俺に通じること。
Dumb it down for me, please.
お前はそんな言葉では話さなかっただろう。もっと取り留めがなくて意味わかんなくて、でももっと温かくて気持ちよくて。ああ、うまく言えないが。
So her personality got rewritten by an artificial one?
これが本当の私です。教えてくれロージャノム。人類殲滅システムとは何だ。だったらどうやって人間を全滅させる。3週間後、月は
3 weeks.
地球に激突する。それで終わりだ。
The moon is gonna crash into us? There's more of these fuckers. Oh.
だと。そんなことが市民に知られてみろ。たちまち大パニックだ。ロージェノム、これは極秘事項だ。僕以外の誰にも喋るんじゃないぞ。ロシア、こんなところにいやがったのか。勝手に入っちゃダメだと。バカ、何悠長なこと言ってやがる。月探査画面が破壊された。それだけじゃねえ。テレビ見てみろ、テレビ。これはちょっと前からテレビで生中継だ。月が落ちてくるんだとさ。バカ、あのお姫さんがはっきりそう言った。まさかと思うが、
Well,
探査顔面の件もあるしな。
the panic.
信じられるかロシュ。俺たちは螺旋族と反螺旋族の戦いのせいで地下に押し込められていたんだ。
Fuck, we're gonna need Shimon to be the hype man and calm everyone down somehow.
地獄の使者となる。この地上に落ちてくるんだよ。 ど。
Nah.
説明は後だ。防衛作戦室に。
反螺旋因子を遺伝子に隠した人間が同時に
Whoa.
生まれてきた皮肉な祝宴。しかし、一度発動した
That's a cool outfit.
スパイラルとなった私が再び人間に戻ることはない。
Oh shit.
いや、どこに行く。いや
Shit, they're also not gonna be leaving us alone for 3 weeks? Are they constantly gonna be just attacking us during these 3 weeks? 3 weeks? And then in 3 weeks, they're just gonna bring the ultimatum? I thought that maybe we'll have 3 weeks of peace to prepare for it, but it doesn't look like it.
ウガンが出現しました。ウガン、先ほどの機体です。コードネームウガンになりました。
どけ、君二人。
Nice.
シモンさん、うかつに攻撃
Yep.
また大爆発よ。何か策が。
なこさん戦って考える。
I mean, that is his plan. That is always how he does things.
有効な攻撃方法は見つかりましたか。ギミーとダリーからの情報よ。どうやらボディの周りに強力なエネルギーフィールドが形成されているよね。そのエネルギー衝撃がこちらの攻撃。
Hmm.
だったらそれ以上のパワーで攻撃すりゃいいじゃねえか。そうもいかないのよ。
Yep.
見たでしょ、あの大爆発。ムガンは全身が爆薬みたいなものなの。エネルギーフィールドを消滅させ、機能を停止させると、本体そのものが一瞬でエネルギーに変わる。そんなに不安定な分子構造をしてるのか。その方が空間転移させやすいんじゃないの。こいつは何話したんだ。俺に聞くな。
I mean, the safest... Ooh. I feel like the safest plan would be to lead it out of the city if you can, right? And then destroy it there. Ooh, bro.
弱音吐かないで。とにかく足止めしないと。シモンさん、
Nice. Clutch.
シモンさん待って。せめて街の外に出してから。
待てるかよ。
Well, what are you gonna do then? Are you sure about this one? Now what?
二人、破片を撃ち落とせ。
Okay.
了解、了解。
Okay. Wait, it's working. Okay, nice. Clutch. Okay. Okay, good plan, good plan, good plan. Oh, no, 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 no. Nice. Whew.
ざっとこんなもんだぜ。なるほど。街に落ちる前に爆発させちまえばいいのか。さすがシモンだ。2体くらいならいいけどね。
Yeah.
なんだ。もっと複数の敵が現れた場合、使える手段じゃない。
True.
それに、人々には逆効果だ。なんだ。
What? Wait, why? Why exactly?
じゃない。これが、俺が戦ってきた結果か。
What? He did well though. Okay, this is a bad look, Hiroshio. This is a really bad look for you. If you show up like this, Yo!
や、
of course it will. To be fair, I do think that is it about to end? It is. I do think that Shimon should take responsibility. I think that's kind of his job as a Supreme Commander. But I don't think that he did anything wrong here. I think that was a good plan that he had there. Okay, that's not how I meant. That's not what I meant by taking responsibility. What? That's not what I meant by taking responsibility. Hello? You're gonna need all of the help you can to get rid of this problem. You just threw away your biggest asset, my guy. Okay. Whew. Ooh. Ooh. We're not getting tilted. We're not getting tilted. It's all good. It's all good. The vibes are so horrible in the city. Holy shit. Everyone's against everyone. Wow. Holy fuck. So Roshu decided to pull a bit of a coup d'etat, just a bit of a funny. In, of course, this time, this is exactly what they need, right? In a time of chaos, you need this is what you need to overthrow the Supreme Commander or to put them in jail. Anyways, I think the reason why he's doing it in a way is, well, first of all, the people are kind of rioting against him, so you want to show the people that you're taking action against it, and also to kind of like quell the panic. And also, Simon is, at the end of the day, he is very impulsive, right? And he's way too quick sometimes to pull the trigger on stuff that don't really have a plan behind it. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna think of a plan in the middle of a battle. And to be fair to him, he's fantastic at that. He's really, really good at that. Like in this battle here, I think what he did was, once again, a really safe play, right? You could lead them out of the city, which I said they probably should do as well, right? But to be fair, that can cause more damage if, let's say, first of all, they don't decide to follow you. What if they decide to focus on the city once you're trying to lead them out? Or second of all, what if they do kind of focus on you once you're leading them out, but in the meantime, keep doing damage to their surroundings, right? Keep shooting around them as well, right? And end up killing even more people. So trying to deal with them as fast as possible, the same thing as in the previous episode, right? Trying to deal with them in the fastest way as possible is usually the safest one, and is gonna be the one that's gonna usually warrant the least amount of casualties. And I think here he made a really good choice, right, with that. I think people rioting against him because like there were bombs in the sky because I mean, I think the reason why they're rioting against him is because of the entire announcement and stuff like that, right? And Nia, I'm gonna guess that Nia is publicly known to be his like fiance or his girlfriend, whatever, right? So, or wife. Oh, fiance, that's it. They were engaged, right? So I'm guessing it's publicly known, and because she was appearing on screen saying that the moon's gonna crash into the planet, they're kind of like blaming that on him as well. Kind of makes sense. I don't think that putting him behind bars is gonna quell that anger. And also, I think that Simon is not incapable of sitting down and planning and actually talking with someone. If you just sit him down, I feel like you're gonna need his intellect, you're gonna need his strategizing, you're gonna need his you know, his battle smarts in this fight, and also you're gonna need his motivation, because if anyone has motivation to resolve this issue, it's Shimon, for sure. But it is also true that he is kind of impulsive and dangerous in that sense, right? But I don't think, yeah, as I said, I think working together with him and not competing with him or whatever Roshu is doing it would be just so much better. I don't know why Roshu is so against working with Shimon as opposed to against him, right? Because everything that he's doing in secret. He's not letting Shimon know about anything. And then Shimon obviously is gonna be surprised when he hears about your plans because you haven't told him about it, right? It's not like you've told him about your plans and Shimon mocked you for him and being like, no, it's dumb, we shouldn't do that, right? He was surprised in the previous episode when you told him about some of your plans because he genuinely didn't know about them. So he didn't even talk to him about those plans, right? That's what bothers me the most. Why didn't you talk to him about your plans? And then you just go against him. Oh my god, Roshu. Oh my god. Anyways. Everyone is very much on edge there. Everyone is stressed out. It's stressing me out. I genuinely don't know how Roshu is planning on resolving this without Shimon, but I guess probably he has a plan. I don't know. I guess he has a plan. We'll see how he's gonna pilot this ship. I'm not very confident that he's gonna be able to do it, I'm gonna be honest. But I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see. For now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.